It's hard for us to believe that Studio One has been here for 10 years. It's evolved a great deal over the last decade, so why not take a moment to take a look back at its development with us? Oh, and stick around to the end for an exciting announcement. Studio One was first unveiled on September 27, 2009. As the new kid on the block, its intuitive user interface stood out among its competitors, focusing on drag-and-drop functionality and efficient processor performance. As Studio One grew, so did its online community, particularly the lively Personas forums. In time, this supportive online community would ultimately become one of Studio One's most unique features. Many of today's most vocal Studio One supporters have been with us since the forum days. I see you, Johnny Guy. During the next few years, Studio One focused on simplifying the user experience by adding Mackie Huey support, dynamic time stretching, and QuickTime video support. Studio One was also the first DAW to integrate SoundCloud import and export right from the browser, a feature that's still unique today. In October 2011, version 2 dropped, adding an exclusive integration with Celemony's Melodyne plugin, thanks to a collaboration between Personas and Celemony to create the revolutionary ARA plugin extension. Studio One version 2 was the first DAW to take advantage of this powerful plugin extension, and Melodyne integration in Studio One continues to be one of its most popular features. During the same time, we also added some new plugins, including Empire and an impulse response reverb, plus transient detection, quantization, groove extraction, and multi-track comping. Many other new features were added free of charge to version 2 customers, including something that is now a defining Personas staple: hardware integration with Studio Live mixers. In 2013, Studio One introduced the Fat Channel plugin, a familiar sight to Studio Live owners. It's around this time that we retired the Studio One Producer Edition, focusing instead on building an assortment of feature add-ons for Studio One artist customers, like the MP3 converter and VST AU rewire support. These new Studio One add-on features enabled users to customize Studio One artists to their own taste. Studio One version 3 debuted in May of 2015 with a sleek, flat, dark GUI that defines Studio One to this day. A polarizing decision among some users, so we added the light mode as an alternative later. Studio One Remote, the arranger track, macro controls, unlimited scratch pads, and many more signature Studio One features debuted with version 3, which remains a landmark release. With Studio One's robust feature set and loyal user base spreading their experiences online, Studio One version 3 saw an explosion of enthusiastic new users. In 2016, the innovative Mix Engine Effects debuted, a radical new way to process your tracks with state-based modeled console emulations. Deeper integration with Notion and hardware controllers, as well as updated video support, were also added. Studio One 3.5 launched in May 2017, introducing the Mixer Undo feature that was at the top of our user request list, plus improved native low-latency software monitoring and CPU multiprocessing optimizations. This trend towards even greater computing efficiency resulted in reduced latency of virtual instruments and updated CPU balancing in subsequent patches. We also activated the arranger track for Prime and Artist users. And that all brings us to Studio One 4 in May of 2018. This time out, we added major compositional features like the chord track and chord detection, as well as EDM-focused tools like drum and pattern editors, radical updates to both Impact XT and Sample One XT, truly advanced MIDI composition tools, and tight integration with a new Personas Atom pad controller. Last but not least, Studio One 4.5 added improved gain staging and polarity controls on every channel, a plugin manager, video export options, and even more CPU multi-core optimization. But we didn't stop there. On September 3rd, Studio One 4.5.3 was released, with our #1 feature request of all time implemented. Support for native instruments Complete Control MK2 series keyboards is here. From 2009 to 2019, Studio One has been built on a simple design philosophy to provide the most intuitive workflow and efficient performance of any DAW around. And we couldn't have done that without our loyal customers. To celebrate Studio One's first decade, we're offering a 25% discount on Studio One Professional. But that's not all. Studio One Professional cross-grades and upgrades, including the upgrade from Studio One Artist to Studio One Professional, are now 33% off. Discounts are for a limited time only, so hop over to the Personas shop or go to your favorite Personas dealer and grab your copy today. Thank you all for your support and for sharing the ride with us during these first 10 years. Here's to the next 10 and beyond.